Prabhupada. Jai Vishwal Vrunda Prabhupada Stotrashta Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON founder Acharya Seva the whole world Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Anant Kodi Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se Goshi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna Nama Prabhu ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today we'll talk about the glories of the holy name of the Lord. Krishna, Lord Krishna, the Sarvakarana Karanam, means the cause of all causes. He is the supreme original cause of the entire existence. The entire existence is working as per the scheme of the Supreme Lord. The purpose of material existence is Him. Everything, including us, this material energy, everything that we see here and beyond, matter, the Vaikuntha Loka, everything is emanating from Him as the supreme cause. So this consciousness that Krishna, everything is Krishna and or His energies, display of His energies, is what is the consciousness called Krishna consciousness. We are also tiny persons, part and parcel of God. As tiny persons, all the characteristic of a tiny person, if you study, that he can think, he can feel, he can will, he can have ego, he can enjoy, he can love, he can possess. If you take all these characteristics, just like a drop of ocean is salty, as much as the quality of the entire ocean is quality, quantity is less. In the same way, we are able to see that in this body there is a soul, there is a person who is having all these personhood features. And the body does not have these personhood features. This body does not have thinking, feeling, willing, egoing, does not have this. It's all coming from the resident of this body. Body is a dead matter. The body is no different from any machine. But in illusion, we think we are the body. So, Krishna, the Supreme Lord, is also a person we are persons of tiny consciousness. He is a person of infinite consciousness. We are persons of different limited control of limited energies around us, like this body, and bodily control over things outside the body. And this control is only temporary. If you extend that characteristic to Krishna, Krishna is the supreme proprietor of everything in existence. Being the cause of all causes, He is in eternal control of everything in existence. Unlike us, we are in control of things according to karma. Little control today, somebody is rich today, someone will be poor tomorrow. Someone will possess something today, tomorrow he will lose that possession. But Krishna is the eternal possessor of all existence, being the Supreme Lord. We have to think about all these things which the Shastras describe, the characteristic of Bhagavan. And we have to contemplate on this. What is the Vedic conception of Krishna? Because in the absolute sense, if you get the right conception of Krishna, that is Krishna. Krishna and his conception, absolute conception as received from Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, are non-different from Krishna himself. So, as a prelude to speaking about Krishna's name, I have given introduction to Krishna's personality. Krishna, the supreme absolute person, cause of all causes. The supreme person of all the small persons. And what is our relationship with that supreme person? That we are his part and parcel. We are his. We are forgotten. We eternally belong to him. We have forgotten our love for Krishna. Krishna never forgets his love for any of his part and parcel. Krishna's love is unconditional. So therefore he seated in our heart, even in our journey into this material world. Now the most important thing to understand, the difference between Krishna and us, which will give us good realization of the holy name, is that Krishna and his energies for him are completely one. Because everything is coming from him, everything is a manifestation of his energy, is his activity. If you say this material energy is Krishna's, it means it is an expansion of his activity. He created it. He originated it. So, we began talking that Krishna is the cause of all causes. Therefore, if we vibrate His name, because Krishna, everything is Krishna's energy, if we vibrate His name with devotion, then that is nothing but extension of Krishna from the spiritual world. For Krishna, there is no limitation of time, space, and substance. Only one law governs Krishna: love. By love, we can endear ourselves to Krishna. And this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching. And how, and on the premise, the absolute truth that we all have love of Krishna, but it is covered now by this material energy. So Krishna, in order to give an opportunity to the conditioned souls to awaken their love for Krishna, to awaken their love towards their complete whole. We are part and He is a whole. To give an opportunity for that, Krishna Himself comes 500 years back as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and He brings forth from the spiritual world this vibration, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has brought forth this vibration. And this vibration is continuing through disciplic succession even to this date. The very same vibration that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought down. Vibration of the Lord is non-different from the Lord. Name of the Lord is non-different from the Lord. So that vibration, as I explained, beyond time, space and substance. Beyond time. That vibration that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu vibrated. Because it's beyond time. The acharyas in our parampara, when they vibrate the name, it is the very same name that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought down from the spiritual world. Shuddha Nama. And that Shuddha Nama one can get not directly. That Shuddha Nama which is coming in parampara, first acts upon us by descending His Satchidananda Shakti, effulgence, into the sound that we chant. The sound that we utter is called Shakti Aveshanama. Because Shuddha Nama cannot be chanted with the material tongue. So Shuddha Nama invests all its energies into the vibration that we generate with our tongue. And that energies are Sat Chitta Ananda energies. And therefore, Nama worship means you are worshipping Shuddha Nama only. But in the beginning, you worship Shuddhanama from a distance by worshipping a Shakti Aveshanama. By worshipping Shakti Aveshanama, you get association of the Shakti Aveshanama. When you get the association of Shakti Aveshanama, you get purified. Sat energy, Chit energy, Ananda energies are energies that will purify our heart. So by Japa, the spiritual master gives us the holy name in the form of the Shakti Aveshanama to start with. And when you are qualified, what it means, qualified means you awaken your spiritual tongue and your spiritual mind. The spiritual master will reveal Prema Nama, Shuddha Nama, which will give us Krishna Prema. So therefore, a sadhaka has to very seriously worship the Nama Avatara, the sound incarnation of the Lord. And in Kali Yuga, this particular name, Nama Avatara, is in the form of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And we all are aware that this is proved by the fact that today this Nama Avatara is giving out the mercy, has already given out the mercy all over the world to souls from different religions, different countries, everywhere. They all have received this Nama, spread all over the world in this particular form. As Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this Nama Avatara is like one sun, Surya of Satchidananda. Just like one sun reflects on so many water bodies on this earth, but the sun is one. In the same way, one Nama Prabhu is reflecting on millions of tongues who vibrate and infuses Sattva, Chitta and Ananda energies into that sound, so that that sound, when we hear with our consciously, when we hear, when our attention touches that sound, our attention becomes purified. Right now our attention is influenced by Rajoguna, Tamoguna and Sattoguna. When we say we are influenced by three gunas, what does it mean? It means my attention is influenced by these three gunas. Therefore, this attention needs to be purified. This attention touches the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You have to electrify the attention. Satchidananda is the attention. And how can you do that? By constant attention touch of the sound incarnation of the Lord. This is the secret. That's all, as simple as that. How long you keep the attention touch, how continuously you keep the attention touch, how steadily you keep the attention touch, how undiluted from any other task you keep the attention touch. That much rapid, immediate progress is made by association of the holy name. One of the reasons why we see very slow effect on our consciousness when we chant Hare Krishna is because our consciousness does not touch the holy name. Our consciousness touches through attentive hearing. So the ocean of Satchidananda, Surya of Satchidananda, non-different from Krishna. Krishna himself has taken avatara to save us from this material world, by giving us association. And we'll be absolutely foolish if we do not take this avatara that appears on our tongue into our heart through the process of attentive hearing. How you start with chanting one mantra, then you chant the next mantra, then you chant the next mantra. And if your attention is going away to some other thinking, then you are calling the holy name of the Lord in vain. In vain means you are not utilizing the purpose for which the Lord has appeared. The Lord is come down as the Surya of Satchidananda. Everything that we try in this material world, even as karmis or when our mind is attempting to do so many things during japa, it is all about chasing Satya Chitta and Ananda. All activities are about that. So if you have faith that this holy name is the reservoir of all Satchidananda, then any thought that comes to disturb, we should simply, just like ghee is offered in the fire, offer it into the vibration and don't continue thinking about it. Thoughts will come. Problems will come. You want to think about the problems during japa. Simply offer that problem to the fire of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Because this fire is Yajna, this Nama is Krishna, this vibration is Krishna. Into the fire, into this Yajna, Purusha, Kali Yuga, Sankirtana. At that time, at the time of japa, we should completely absorb in worshipping this vibration. And the way to worship this vibration, not by folding hands. If you see the form of the Lord, fold hands. Worship means something with the body we do. Pay obeisances. Worship. How do you worship the vibration? With which part of the body? Tongue and ears and mind. So it's a very simple worship. Just like you offer worship to Krishna's form, with your hand you take agarbatti and you offer. Same way, very simple. Use your tongue, chant, and then hear the holy name. You are worshipping Namavatara. Anybody who becomes a worshipper of Namavatara, becomes a devotee of Namavatara, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, his life is done. One should not think that I am mechanically doing 16 rounds every day. You should think 2 hours I am sitting to worship the Lord in his vibrational form. And there is no difference between this vibrational form and the deity form or the original Supreme Personality of Godhead in the spiritual world. Realization may be distant. When you are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna is dancing on your tongue. Realization that he is dancing on the tongue may be distant. But the truth of the Shastra, that Shastra reveals, is incarnated, he is there. So, therefore, in japa, before we get realization, we need to have Shraddha. So, which Shraddha in the Shastra? Shraddha means you feel the truth. You feel that this is true, that here is Krishna. And then you feel the truth also that I am distant from him because of my impurities. In terms of consciousness, I am distant from him because I am a sadhaka. I will worship him in this way and I will purify myself, and when I awaken my bhakti, then there is no difference between me and him. I chant with realization of his presence. Now I will chant with faith presence. When I advance, I will chant with his real, feeling his real presence. Presence of both is same. Faith presence and real presence. Both are presence. Lord is present on our tongue. But my realization changes. Because I as a chanter, my ego-ness gets purified. My mind gets purified. My spiritual tongue awakens. Therefore, the very same Lord who had appeared on my tongue as a sadhaka, now one day the very same Nama, he will reveal himself as he is. So this is our very pristine goal in our japa, to worship the Lord, to associate with the Lord, to purify, bead after bead to please him, and not do any other task. Task means work. We are all work addicts. We have to always be doing some work. So if you don't do japa as a work, 1 hour, 2nd hour, 3rd hour, 1 mala, 2 mala, like as a work, if you don't do, your mind will do some other work. This is extremely important to understand how to hold the attention. Everybody thinks japa means chanting and hearing. Fine, chanting and hearing. Japa means repeated doing of chanting and hearing. That repeating as a quality. Not that one mantra you chant and hear. The next one also, the next one also, the next one also, the next one also. That means my mind should be doing the task or the work of accumulating the number of chanting seva. So this counting and reaching a goal. For instance, you start around whatever it is, don't think of any other work. You should say, my work. You should tell yourself, my work. That is, I am using the word work because you are familiar with that. But actually in my japa cards I have talked about tasking. There is action, there is activity. Japa is not action of chanting and hearing alone. One has to understand japa is action and an activity. An activity means it has to be a concentrated activity. It has to be concentrated doing. It's not concentrated seeing. Japa is not about, when you say concentrate, concentrate in your mind, you see something. I should see that. I should not take away. No. This is concentration of doing concentration. That means do only one thing and nothing else. If I tell you the meditation concentration, put a dot on the wall. Don't take your mind away from that dot. Seeing the dot. That is seeing concentration. Japa is what? Loudly, japa is what? Doing concentration. That means doing only one thing and nothing else. What is that one thing? Repeating uninterruptedly Nama Seva. Repeated, uninterrupted worship of bead after bead after bead after bead after bead of japa, mala after mala after mala after japa. Your background mind should support this activity of continuously attention, embrace of the holy name of the Lord. So all these background bhavanas are meant to anchor your attention. In any case, now I say, I tell the holy name, I surrender unto you. There will be some sincerity, but it is not pure sincerity, it's pure surrender. Even though it is not pure bhavana, the bhavanas that we are encouraging in these cards, cue cards, it is not pure Atma Bhavana, does not matter. But since we also cannot stop feeling, better feel these things than any other feelings. And anchor the attention. We all know that our attention goes where our feelings are. Our attention goes where our feelings are. Therefore, feel about the holy name. These cue cards, 6 feelings, sample feelings for each round, starting with Anusarana Bhavana, the golden command to chant and exactly hear that very same sound given by Srila Prabhupada. Then Shraddha Bhavana, to feel the presence of the Lord, presencing and perceiving Nama Prabhu. Then Hrit Purvaka Japa, Preeti Japa. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhajatam Preeti Purvakam. And what are we doing? Chanting and hearing is the Bhajatam. Worship. Bhajatam means worship. So just now we described this chanting, hearing is a means of worshipping the sound incarnation of the Lord. So we worship Him with Preeti. Just like you say, please don't mechanically move the arati around the Lord. Move with Preeti, you say. Same way, chant and hear with Preeti. Chant and hear with Shraddha. Our whole mind is foreground mind and background mind together. Our whole mind is a doing mind and relating mind. Together is the whole mind. The japa has to, in japa, holy name has to be served by engaging both my background mind and foreground mind. If you give only a foreground mind, you'll go into auto japa and your background mind will be doing something else. And that becomes offensive japa. Then Hrit Purvaka Japa. Krishna wants our chanting right from our heart. It is not that you give your body japa. Anyway, body is not you. What is the use of giving only tongue to japa? Material tongue. If you are going on thinking of something and you are chanting, that means you are only giving your tongue. Krishna says, I want your soul, I want Atma Japa. You do so many things with your heart, but when it comes to japa, you are only giving a mechanical japa. How heartfully you eat a nice delicious food. Somebody knocks your head also, you won't realize. So much is absorption. Mind also you forget. Mind says, hey, don't eat, overeat. Keep quiet. Eat. This should be our attitude towards chanting and hearing. I want to drink more and more of the holy name of the Lord. If you understand the philosophy that it is really drinking by your consciousness, our consciousness is drinking. This sound is a Chaitanya Vigraha, a living sound. Living sound, consciousness is living. So when you hear the sound with your consciousness, then you are actually drinking the sound. So bead after bead, we should drink this Aushadhi, Shakti Avesha Nama, which has got the Sat to cure Asat, Chit to cure Achit, Ananda to cure Jada Ananda, or material taste for material pleasure. As we become expert in worshipping the Supreme Lord, we lose the taste for material sense gratification. Bodily identification vanishes. Realization of one's Sat as spirit, eternal, part and parcel of Krishna, manifests. So holy name provides everything. Holy name gives us a mercy, picks up from the gutter. We are now, our consciousness in the gutter of three modes of material nature. The holy name picks us up from there, washes the consciousness of the living entity of the three modes of material nature, washes the living entity Sato, Rajo, Tamo, Guna, three gunas, infuses pure Sattva consciousness into the living entity and takes back home, back to Godhead. Just like your child has run away from home and is loitering in the world in forgetfulness. And it so happens that he is starving for food, cloth, everything. He has become a beggar. And all dirty. Let's say the parents find him, or he shows interest to come back home. What would the parents do first? First, wherever he is, make immediate arrangement to take care of him. Right? And before bringing him back to home, by then he would have learned so many bad habits. He'll become a misfit for the home. It will become a disturbance for the home. For instance, he'll all be dirty. First thing what you'll do, give him a bath, give him a new dress. Correct? In the same way, the holy name is first cleansing our consciousness before it can awaken our spiritual body. Cleansing our consciousness. Cheto darpana marjanam. So this is how this whole Hare Krishna movement is working. The central point of Srila Prabhupada's movement is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That we have to understand. Where have you come? You have come to the shelter of Prabhupada, who has given us Krishna himself in the form of the holy name. Everything that we do here is personally worship the holy name and to serve the holy name, to spread the holy name. Why we are building temples? To bring people, give them the holy name. Why we are giving prasadam even if they don't chant, so that one day they will chant. So the holy name is the final deliverer of the living entity into the spiritual world. So we should be very clear about all these things, why I am in this, why I am associated with Prabhupada's movement. What is primary? Primary is the holy name. So if you don't worship the holy name properly every day, if you do it properly, so much of empowerment comes on a day-to-day basis. So coming back to, anyway, several times I have explained this. Those who are serious will read these cards and try to apply them in a disciplined way. First mala, anusarana, second mala. Anybody who is disciplined will get effects very fast. Don't be whimsical. Use the cards. Shraddha mala, Hritpurvaka mala, Aglad mala, Utsaha mala, Sambandha mala, Sharanagati mala, Kripapeksha mala, Charanashraya mala, Namashraya mala, Vinamrata mala, Bharata patra mala, Raksha patra mala, Kritajnarpana mala, Kshama apeksha mala, Seva apeksha mala. You will start enjoying, relishing. You can relish. We should not say we are enjoying chanting. Enjoying is a word that self-centered idea. We are relishing. We can relish the association of the Lord. Real relish is when the Lord gives us that relish. So every Ekadashi we are doing this Japa Yajna 64 rounds. It is an opportunity for us to practice. And the cards are keep flipping here. If everybody can take step by step. It's not that day one you have to go by these cards. Day one, first level of practice is just the golden card. Learn how to chant and hear that very sound. That's all very simple. No need to go through all these cards. You first perfect that. How to lock the attention. Then all these cards will be assisting you to lock the attention. So step one is golden command. Practice golden command of Srila Prabhupada. That is the first. Chanting and hearing that very sound is the first lesson and the last lesson. Is the first lesson and the last lesson. In between, everything else is for helping us to increase the quality of chanting and hearing that very sound. The last lesson is chanting and hearing the very sound in high quality of background. First step is to chant and hear whichever way, but somehow put your mind on touching the holy name. The last lesson is effortlessly, spontaneously, you chant and hear with feeling because of Lord's mercy. That's advanced japa. So therefore, don't get lost in so many bhavanas. Bhavanas are meant for golden card. That is the reason why this golden card comes every alternate card. So let us start our second set of 16 rounds. Hare Krishna Nama Prabhu ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna.